Do you have? We're about to play the dating game. Do you have any?
Yeah.
Do you have any advice
You're engaged. You must have
for this guy?
something.
You snagged the lady yourself, so
I did.
You know a thing or two.
Yeah.
Any advice for this kid before we?
Or questions he should ask?
A question. Yeah. I just be interested in her, Arden.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's very.
Interesting.
Arden's very narcissistic, as many.
Yeah. He sees
many.
He's been looking at himself in the mirror the whole. He's not even working the camera right now. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
He's part of what you call Generation Z. They're very
Lazy.
narcissistic.
Oh.
Yeah.
We love him though.
Yeah, we do.
He already is so nervous. But look at his dimples. Someone's got to date
It's gotta
you.
be
Get
fun.
out of here.
What's gonna happen is I'm gonna bring him over here. You are gonna. Hold on a second. You are gonna stay here on the couch during this segment. You're gonna have the blindfold on, and Sean Connolly, he's gonna move one over. But what he's gonna do is, Arden, if you reach for this for that mask to try to peek, he's gonna slap you right in the face.
No
Yeah.
peeking, man.
Don't you dare peek.
Okay. There you go.
There you go.
Come on over here. All right. We're gonna. This is it, everybody. So, all right. Take.
So I
Sit down there.
Right here.
Yeah, you're gonna sit there. You're gonna be sandwiched between Lily and Stacy.
You're safe.
Sean Connolly is gonna be right there.
There's no pressure yet.
He's gonna be ready
Yeah,
to go.
man, I'm
I didn't call
watching.
my question.
Okay. So here's what's gonna happen, everybody. We're gonna play. This is based on the legendary TV game show, The Dating Game, hosted by Jim Lang from 1965 to 1980. Also Chuck Woolery in the 90s. But he's really getting the credit for something that was created by someone else. Let's face it. It was really Jim Lang's whole trip. Let me get out of Lily's shot. Here we go. And here's what happens.
You're not in the shot at all now.
I would like kneel down.
You're gonna? Should I
Just
kneel?
lay
Should I
across
just
us.
kneel?
Should I just kneel like this?
Yeah,
Okay.
like that. Perfect.
All right.
That looks great.
So here's what's going to happen. We're going to bring out 3 single, available, willing
Yeah, they
Potential
all consented to this.
dates for you.
They're all single.
You are going to ask them 5 questions.
All right.
All 3 are going to answer.
Okay.
And then from those answers, you are going to pick who you would like to go out on a date with.
All
Now,
right.
when you win when you win this game, when you
Right.
get a date,
because you will be a winner no matter what.
Oh yeah.
here you go, buddy. There's a
Cheesecake
$50 gift
Factory.
certificate for the Cheesecake Factory, so you can go on your first date. And I think that's a good.
That's a good
I think
first
that's a good
date.
first date.
That's
Yeah, it's a
great.
good first
Amazing.
date. It's a safe first date. Macaroni and cheese
Yeah,
balls.
the menu is huge.
good.
There's got to be
Those are
something.
Architecture is amazing.
So you're gonna. So no matter what, now you can go there by yourself, eat the cheesecake all by yourself if you want. But
That
if
would
I
be
was
sad. Yeah. No,
if
I'm
I
not
was
doing
you,
that.
okay.
That'd be dishonest.
you, okay. All right, put that on.
Okay. I'm
Put it
gonna
on.
Don't
but-
lose
and
it,
Lily-
Arden.
Okay.
This
but
this guy has already forgotten that he's on TV without a microphone. So, just
I mean,
thank
I
you.
know that I'm on TV with a
So
microphone.
we only get 5 questions.
Yeah, 5 questions we don't have all night.
Okay.
All right,
God.
Rebecca, please go and get the contestants. This guy's blindfolded. And you, Tsunami of Sound, you makers of surf, rock it out. Live sound, everybody. Thank you, Chantel. So I am going to introduce our 3 contestants, and then we will begin the game. We have Tiffany, who is a banker from Boston, and whose hobbies include unlikely woodland adventures, and smashing the patriarchy. So let's hear it for Tiffany. Amber is a graduate of Clown College with a master's in 19th century facetious literature and tomfoolery. Amber enjoys romantic walks through the cemeteries, the circus, hoarding and mutilating toys, theremin music, and rhyming the color orange, everybody. That's Amber. And finally, Bella does stand-up around town, produces Sketch House at Improv Boston every week, and got her high school diploma by telling a group of strangers that she wanted the Keytar Bear story to be a metaphor for her life. It's Bella, everybody. But you, Arden, will only know them by contestant 1, 2, and 3 until the big reveal. So let's get to it. First question. So ask the question, and then you ask the first person you want to answer, and then they will all answer.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. What's the first question?
How about I feed him the first
yeah,
Okay, go ahead. Feed him the first
think I
question because
know.
he's.
Okay, so this is a classic dating game question. Let's start off with something easy.
Yeah.
If
No,
you're
whisper it to him, and then he'll do it.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's a
Ooh,
good
like telephone.
you
tactic.
want to whisper it?
Yeah,
that's
whisper
right.
it into
I
his ear.
thought that was
I
the
want him to ask the
plan.
question.
No. Oh, it is a good question.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. So ask
Yeah.
it.
All right. So, if you can only bring 3
So
things.
tell me which contestant.
Okay. Oh, I have to specify
Right.
which contestant. Okay, contestant 1. If you could only bring 3 things with you to a desert island, what would they be, and why?
It's funny because I actually think about this question a shocking amount for someone who's never been on a deserted island. But number 1, I would bring a chicken. Because they produce eggs, which is protein, which is important.
That's pretty good. That's
Number
good.
2 would be a book. It would depend on my mood which one I want.
Yep.
Right now, I think it would be like a Patrick Rothfuss book. And then number 3, I always get hung up on number 3. What would you bring on a desert island?
Oh, geez, that's a good.
She threw it back to you, Arden.
Like, dang, that
She
is
threw
a
it- she threw it
good.
back
That's
at
a
you.
good throwback. Is it like a cop out to say like a flare gun?
No, I wouldn't say that's a cop out because that's a very necessary survival tool.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you may be able to do the whole SOS in stones on the beach kind of thing, but a flare would be a lot more useful, I think.
I mean, I feel like that's like a very pragmatic answer, but it's I don't know.
I mean, if you're on a deserted island, you have to be kind of
Yeah.
how do
Are
I
they
get off of this
bickering
island?
already?
Yeah,
Are they
exactly. This is
done?
We're gonna do
I
part
feel
two.
something.
Contestant number 2, same question.
Same question.
Same question.
If I were to be on a deserted island,
Yeah.
I would bring. Is it bad to say weed?
No.
We've just
No, that sounds
met.
pretty. Yeah, that's.
We've
that makes
only
sense.
just begun. But that's
Fair.
like an everyday bringing out of the house thing that is useful. I don't
Sure.
want my debit card or phone.
Yeah.
There's too many extra peripheral tools you need for that.
Yeah.
2 and 3.
Yeah. 2 and 3. We got 1 is weed. What do you got for 2 and 3?
Yeah, a lighter.
A lighter,
but
that's
also
2.
That's a survival tool.
Yeah, that's
So
good.
I'm gonna say completely separate from
Yeah.
the first one.
Okay.
A lighter.
Okay.
For many uses.
All right. And then third?
Third, I will go for a camera. That would be a fun
All
pastime.
right. That's good. That makes sense.
I'd see
That
a
makes
lot
sense.
of
All
unique
right.
things and have
Sure.
unique experiences
Yeah,
that I
it's good. You
want
wanna
to document.
Right. Beautiful. All right. How about contestant number 3? Same question.
I would bring my volleyball Wilson, so I had somebody to talk to.
Yeah, that's good.
Good
It's gonna be
call.
A
lonely.
machete, not as a practical item, just for fun,
Right.
Yeah.
and a vibrator.
Fantastic.
Good picks all around.
Fantastic.
Good picks all around.
All right. Next question.
Okay.
Are you getting a good?
Yeah.
You're getting a good kind of. All right. Good.
All right.
Here
Feed
we
me
go.
another question. Oh, that's a good one.
All right, here we go.
So, if you could be either blind or deaf on a date, which one would you be?
Who are you asking?
Let's start with contestant number 3.
Okay. Contestant number 3.
Ooh, I think I'd rather be deaf so I didn't have to make a bunch of small talk because most of the time I really don't care what you have to say.
That's right. Checks out.
That's a good answer. Contestant number 2.
Definitely blind. If I was deaf, I would be bored. I mean, I could probably like talk and you just wouldn't be able to hear me, but I wouldn't have fun at all if there was no sound involved.
Okay.
I don't think.
Contestant number 1.
I'm actually also going to say blind for the same reason, or a similar reason, where, like, I don't know, I feel like if you can't talk to someone, how do you know who they are? Like, how do you get to understand them? Are you really on a date if you're not, like, able to communicate?
That is a great...
And especially, like, if this was something that was just happening for the duration of the date.
Right.
Like, I would not be prepared for, you know, I don't know American Sign Language. I don't know how to communicate otherwise. I guess I could have, like, a piece of paper and a pen, but I'd rather be blind.
Yeah.
Sean Connolly, what would be your answer?
Blind. 100% blind.
Really?
Yeah.
Could you rather...
What was that?
You'd rather just do the talking. I thought you would say deaf because men are pretty visual. But this guy, you'd rather...
I'd rather be blind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just work it out.
I'd like to be able to talk and to hear things.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to. I don't have to look at your ugly mugs. It doesn't matter to me.
Okay. All right. Next question. You're doing good, Arden.
Okay, good.
I mean, Stacy's giving you all the questions.
Yeah,
you're doing
all right,
good.
Yeah, speaking of giving me questions. Okay. What would you do with $1 million?
Who are you asking?
Let me do contestant number 2.
Okay.
With $1 million,
Yeah.
I would probably travel, well, a little bit. You could probably do it for pretty cheap and still save money and have money for your savings or anything that might come up. So I'm going to opt for travel and eating just simple but delicious things while I'm out there. Like maybe some kind of cheese or something that I can't get at home.
Yeah, that's
Valid.
$1 million worth of beautiful cheese. Contestant number 3.
What I do with $1 million?
Yeah, $1 million.
I think I'd buy myself a small bungalow, broken down bus I could sell cheap art out of, and I would use the rest. I would put it into a fund and take revenge against all of my enemies.
Beautiful. That's good.
Yeah.
That's really creative. That makes mine sound so boring.
Contestant number 1. What would you do with $1 million?
I would invest $400,000 in various businesses. I would convert about $100,000 to pure gold and hide it. Wow. And then I would buy a small half-acre of land, build a tiny house on it, and live out the rest of my days comfortably generating income without having to do absolutely anything.
Oh my God.
Oh, geez.
So practical.
Yeah.
So practical.
This is another question I've thought about.
This is incredible.
Sounds like a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Arden, you really are you formulating any plans yet?
I mean, I'm
Are you leaning in any directions yet?
I mean, do I have to answer that question? That seems I mean, yes, of course, sometime.
Well, okay,
but,
all
like,
right. Go
I'm
ahead.
trying to
Go ahead,
be
Stacey, give him
fair.
another one. You're doing good.
Okay. Okay. What are your deal breakers? Two deal breakers.
Two deal
specifically.
breakers. All right, who are you asking?
Let me do contestant number 1.
Okay, contestant number 1. 2 deal breakers, I guess, on when you're dating someone.
Politics are a deal breaker.
Right.
I hate to say that, but this is, it is
Okay.
what it is.
Yeah.
And then my second deal breaker is like how you treat wait staff. Like if you don't treat,
Yeah.
you don't treat, there
Treat
were,
them like
a
garbage.
couple-
Treat them like absolute garbage, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a couple things my mom always said, and that's one of them is like watch how someone treats wait staff, and that's who they are as a person.
Fantastic. That is that's beautiful. Contestant number 3. What do you think? Deal breakers.
Breaker.
Yeah.
No sense of humor.
Right.
Sense of humor is very important to me. Also, I would prefer it if your parents aren't living, but I guess it's not a deal breaker because that could easily be fixed.
Yeah.
Everyone has to go sometime.
Yeah, that's good. She's got a good point. Yeah, you don't want to visit anybody's house on Thanksgiving,
it's too
Christmas.
much.
It's
That's a lot.
Yeah.
Right. Contestant number 2. Deal breakers. 2 of them.
I would say politics, but at the same time, also oversensitivity in terms of things I say. Not that I shouldn't be respectful, but not to take every comment as seriously in terms of like how I say I feel about maybe people, or I'll flip back and forth, but I probably really love everyone underneath. Just don't take me too seriously if I say I hate someone on an off day.
Okay, all right.
Notice no one said farting. No one said farting.
No, it's
that's,
not.
That's
Yeah.
pretty great.
Yeah,
I'm pretty excited
farting's
about
gonna
that.
happen.
Yeah.
You're doing good. 2 more questions, Arden.
Okay.
So make them good ones.
Yeah, that's a good question.
All right,
let's
go ahead.
see.
You ready, Stacey?
Yeah. Okay, what's your ideal Saturday night?
Ooh, an ideal Saturday night. This is exciting. Who are you asking, Arden?
Let me ask. Let's do contestant number 2.
Okay, but before contestant number 2 answers, let's ask Lily Chrome. Lily Chrome, what about you? Ideal Saturday night.
Oh, I like just staying in, watching Netflix.
Give her the microphone,
nice
Arden.
meal.
We're on television. Thank you.
Well, I didn't.
Staying in, I said.
Yeah.
Watching Netflix, maybe doing some cooking or baking.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's beautiful.
That's great.
fun.
What about contestant number 2? What are you, an ideal Saturday?
Most real Saturdays I'm working, but an ideal Saturday that I have off,
Yeah.
probably be going out in a city, being with a group of people, or like meeting new people, or staying home and eating something delicious. I sound like I love food, but I swear I'm actually lactose intolerant.
Yeah, me too.
This is like the ideal situation. If Arden brings like a lactate pill,
Oh, yeah.
and I have it with the first bite.
Oh.
So probably
So
a night
cheesecake.
out, or
That's romantic.
chilling with people, friends, and if it's gonna be low key, I don't really want to spend that much money at all.
Right.
But I'll binge spend on a fun experience.
That's good to know. Contestant
Good
number
answer.
1, same question. Ideal Saturday night.
Honestly, I like just go on strange adventures a lot. Like last
Okay.
Saturday, I got lost in Maine. Oh no, that was 2 Saturdays ago. Got lost in the woods in Maine while I was drunk with some friends. I just go on a lot of weird adventures. None of it makes sense, and we don't plan any of it ahead of time. It's just like, hey, do you want to go to a bar? Okay, we're bored. Now what do we do? Let's go to Maine.
Amazing. So you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Contestant,
always an
Drunk,
adventure.
though, the whole
contestant
way
number
up.
3. An ideal Saturday night.
Uncle Larry advises me that I should not admit anything on live TV.
That's a good answer. She knows what it is, but it might take you a while to find out. All right, one more question,
Arden,
Arden.
this
Okay.
is all you, man.
This
I'm
is
not
it.
going to
Yeah,
give you
Stacey's
any help.
not
Louise.
feeding this one to
At
you.
this point, you
so,
should
so
know
make it a good
something.
one.
All right.
You can
This
do
is
it.
gonna. This might
Huh.
be the deciding factor.
Yeah, do you need
Yeah,
a
let-
tiebreaker
okay.
question?
I may need a tiebreaker
Okay,
question,
well,
but
ask
we'll
this
get
one.
that. Okay, actually, like,
Oh boy.
jeez,
Oh boy.
maybe like, okay,
Ask the question.
so, top 3 albums.
No, not top 3 albums.
No, it's bad.
Takes too long.
Like, okay, that's a bad question.
Yeah, it's
I'm
a terrible
sorry.
Do
question.
you like the
It's all-
Cheesecake Factory?
What?
It's an
Do you
awful
like the
question.
Cheesecake Factory?
Yeah, do you like
Yeah,
thoughts
you got-
on the
you got plenty
Cheesecake
of time,
Factory?
Cheesecake Factory. Go ahead, ask another question.
That's not about the Cheesecake Factory. Model trains?
No, ask a question.
I don't.
Arden.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Do you want help?
Yeah, I could use help.
Okay,
I'm not good at
so
this at all.
you're stuck in a snowstorm with Arden all weekend.
Okay.
What do you do?
All
Yeah.
right. Who are you asking, Arden?
Let me ask contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1, you're stuck in a snowstorm all weekend with Arden. What are you going to do?
First, I just need to clarify, where is the snowstorm? Like, are we in the
No,
city?
you're not in the snowstorm. You're sequestered away
You're
somewhere.
sequestered in a cozy house.
Yeah.
Okay, but where is
Together.
the cozy house? Is it like in the
No,
city
it's just
or is
what
it,
are
like,
you doing in the
country?
house? You're in the house.
Oh, so I can't leave the house.
You're
You
in
can't
the
leave the
house.
house.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you? So, there's always a bunch of like board games. We could play board games.
Board games. That's
Board
nice.
games, good.
Talk about weird stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Make hot chocolate.
I can do that.
Oh, I'd make hot chocolate. Okay, good. Contestant number 3, what are you going to do with this guy for a weekend stuck in the house with a snowstorm outside.
Use your imagination.
Contestant number 2, how about you?
All right.
Probably not play board games, to be honest. They're fun. I'm not unself-conscious enough to have fun with board games yet in my life. I can't commit that hard. I'm a silly person, but I can't goof that hard. Let's have a fight. No, I don't want to fight with you, Arden. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, it's fine.
We're getting off to a bad start.
Oh.
She wants to
I just don't want to play
maybe.
board games. We might fight about that. Is
Yeah.
I guess my answer.
So you'll argue. I guess argue. That's what you'll do.
No, we'll have fun. We'll joke around. We'll watch some Netflix. I don't know if you have any recommendations.
Okay, good. All right, so here, now we've done it, Arden. We've done it. We've asked 5 questions, and they've given you incredible answers.
Yeah, I know.
So it's
The
time.
love of your life is obviously in
It's
the
time,
room.
Arden.
Jeez Louise.
Are you gonna pick question? Are you gonna pick contestant number 1, contestant number 2, and contestant number 3? I'm gonna give you a minute to think about it because I promised them all ice cream, so I'm gonna give them the ice cream.
That would probably be best.
So while I do that, you figure it out, okay?
Oh, geez.
All right.
Yeah, that's so much time. I just need
Do you want to flip for it?
Flip for it?
By the way,
Yeah.
No, you know, Arden. You know what's in your heart.
No, it's
just think about it. Hold
Yeah.
this for a second. Stacy, how do you think this guy has done?
I think he did a great job of repeating the questions I gave him.
Listen, guys, I'm
But
shy.
I also know
don't
that he
know
was taking it
anything.
very seriously. He has the.
I visited you guys.
He's
arranged
clutching
an
onto his
event.
gift card.
You guys arranged an event. I'm trying to.
I forgot, one of you guys is lactose intolerant, but... Oh, really? It's okay. 2 or 3. But it's okay because I have lactate pills. We're going to be fine. We're going to be fine. I'm incredibly lactose intolerant, so don't worry.
Lactose intolerant.
Did he pay them in Ben and Jerry's?
Are you?
Is that just what
It did. I had to get him here somehow. We also have heavy leather
what are you
T-shirts for
thinking?
everybody. But now, Arden, the
Ben
time is
Jerry's?
clicking away. Who did you pick?
Contestant number.
Yeah, drum roll, please.
Yeah. I think contestant number 1.
Yay! Before you meet contestant number 1, let's find out who you didn't pick.
All right.
Contestant number 3, will you come over, please?
Here we go, blindfold
Lift up that blindfold. It's Amber, everybody. Contestant number 3.
I'm not sharing my ice cream with you now.
Let's bring over contestant number 2.
Yeah.
It's Bella, everybody. That one, too. And now here she is. Here's your date. Contestant number 1, Tiffany, everybody.